Good day, everyone. Welcome to our first day of class in Practical Research 1. I am your teacher, Miss Mamea Cardeline S. Gimba. Being new to senior high school, you might have a lot of questions that you want to be answered and clarified. Some requires a long process of research, while others can be addressed and answered almost immediately. The capacity to ask questions from daily circumstances is the first step toward understanding oneself and the environment. But finding solutions to the problems marks a positive contribution on how to make the world better. So now let us start. Our goal for today is to first share experience or share research experiences and knowledge, differentiate inquiry and research, and explain the importance of research in our daily life. So the question now is, why are we doing research? So our lesson for today is inquiry and research, doing research in everyday life. According to Albert Einstein, the most important thing is to not stop questioning. According to him, curiosity has its own reasons for existence. Therefore, he said that if you have the proper question in 5 minutes, you can get the right answer. As we all know, inquiry is an act of asking questions to obtain information. It is an investigation to discover new information that could add up to a visiting knowledge, to clarify doubts, and even to solve existing problems. So, if we have the ability to derive questions from our daily circumstances and the capacity to direct resources like knowledge and skills towards solving problems, we have the basic requirement for doing research. But class, put in mind that there is a big difference between questions if you want to seek information and questions if you want to solve a problem. Therefore, you need to do research. Just like, for example, if you are asking questions to seek for information, your question should be like this: what websites are often visited by grade 11 students? Therefore, you are querying, you're asking question. You want to get an information of that particular information. But if you're talking about questions for problem solving, this is for research. The questions goes like this: how do you solve copying from others during a test? So therefore, we need to have a further investigation. So research as a scientific inquiry. Science is a body or a content that has the body of known facts and relationships. It is also a process. So it is an activity that includes scientific ways such as gathering data, determining its relationships, and offering explanation. So what is research? So the word research, on the other hand, class, can be broken down into two words. So we have re and search, which means to look again. So it is used to establish or confirm facts, reaffirm the result of previous work, solve new or existing problems, support theorems, or develop new theories. So, according to Creswell 2002, there are major steps in the process of research. First is to ask question. Again, sasabihin ko ulit, it is very important that we ask the proper question for us to know the right answer. Second, finding the right data to answer the question. Alangan naman, ang hinahanap mo is, for example, ang hahanapin mo, gusto mo makahanap ng gamot, pero saan ka pumunta? Pumunta sa hardware. So, iba yun. And presenting an answer to the question based on the process data. So, asking the question sets the focus of the investigation and defines what needs to be answered. So this is the starting point of the search for the appropriate data that could help us understand the issue at hand. To Paulette and Beck 2004 class, research follows a step-by-step process of investigation that uses a standardized approaching answer question or solving problem. So, hindi basta-basta na magagather ka ng data na hindi mo alam muna kung ano ba ang hahanap. So, first thing is, dapat alam mo muna kung ano ang problema mo. So, in a while, we're going to talk about the research process. Kung ano ba dapat ang uunahin. Okay, so the research process. So it describes the various steps that we need to do for us to pass through starting from identification of problem to utilization of results of the study. So this is the whole process. First, we need to identify the problem. Identification of problem. Ito yung pinaka dapat una natin gawin. First, in research, writing is to identify and problematize an area of interest. Ano ba talagang gusto mong pag-aralan? The researcher points out the area that needs further study or investigation given the current state of knowledge on the matter. After you have the problem, you need to gather literature review. So, the researcher checks for related materials on the topic that are available that could serve as a starting point or reference for the study. So this particular material class provide us the initial view of the extended efforts done by studies, and we need to also look for the research gap, no? When you say research gap, it will be the basis for the purpose of the study. Bakit mo ba pinag-aralan itong bagay na to? Ano ba ang kinaibahan ng study mo sa study nila? So that is research gap. Third, we have setting the direction of the study. So particularly, this contains the purpose of the study, the research question, and the manner in which the study will be conducted or the methodology na tinatawag nila. So, the purpose of the study explains why the study is needed. It identifies the importance of the study in terms of its contribution to the discipline as well as kung ano ang magiging epekto ng study mo, especially sa society. Kaya kasi nga, naghahanap tayo ng sagot sa isang problema o sa katanungan. Naghahanap ng sagot, nagbibigay solusyon. Yun yung goal natin. Why do we do research? So, the research question narrow down the problem to manageable and feasible tasks which will be carried out in the methodology. So, our methodology, of course, this focus more on the process, no, the materials that we need to use. Fourth, collecting, analyzing, interpreting data. So at this stage, class, the materials and needed information are already gathered, analyzed, and already interpreted. So the treatment of the data depends on the approach that we are going to use in a particular study. Next one, evaluation and report writing. So after or from analyzed data, conclusion and learning are drawn, tapos na lahat, the conclusion is the synthesized answer to the research question, which is also the answer to the problem identified in the study. So, in this particular area class, this is the basis of what are the recommendations that we need to put in the study. So, what are the actions and intervention that could impact the context where the problem emanates. So, from this point, class, you as a research is now ready to write the whole research paper. After those steps, we have the community application or utilization. Kasi ito naman yung purpose natin, para makatulong. So at this stage, this is where the result of the study is being disseminated back to the community. For research to make an impact on the society, it is very important, class, that we share it to the concerned community. So put in mind that the best complemented, or this is best complemented with a plan on how research will be utilized to realize its full potential in creating a social value. So those are the different steps of research process. Again, identification of problem, literature review, setting the direction of the study, collecting, analyzing, interpreting the data, evaluation and reporting, writing or report writing, and community application or utilization.